Couldn't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay,
I
all
missed
right.
you in between life. Yeah.
All right then. Thanks for joining. Hey, happy Friday, everyone. How are you? The first Friday of the first financial year, and it's a good
This Friday
Friday,
also.
and it's a good Friday. Okay, right, great. Okay, so hope you're all doing great, and this is your favorite Mr.Rudhra. And I am back on your favorite show called Cornerstone Weaving Workplace, which is broadcast every Friday at 5:30, and we talk about human dynamics on the show. So no better day to talk about human dynamics, God, and something nice. Okay. However, I'm going to take a different tangent today, and we're going to talk something about for yourself, and that is going to help you get better of yourself. By the way, this is on DC Live, where we care, we share, and we are on air. All right. I'm going to talk about something very interesting because last week I spoke about the way success, right? So why is success the biggest motivator? We spoke about uh, right in the Vervikum Vetrikal Vervikumi is what I spoke about last time, right? So why is uh, success a biggest route for your hard work, and also for you to ensure that you start working again. Now, all that was spoken last week. Now I'm going to talk about something very, very basic, which is I'm not going to talk about your KPIs or anything like that, but I'm going to talk about something very simple. Goals, goal setting. Okay. What is a goal? Why should we have it? It's a simple thing that I'm going to talk about. And the reason why I'm talking about it today is because we are on the first Friday of this financial year, and we're going to be working towards the next financial year from here on. And that's why a goal is very, very important. Okay. Now, think about it this way, right? I always compare to Google Maps, right? GPS. You wouldn't get in your car not knowing where to drive unless you have that one bad day and you just want to take your vehicle and start driving, right? Always you pick a destination first, meaning where do you want to go? That makes you, I do not want to talk about a lot of these big words like focus, meaning for life. Right? I don't want to sound like that Anita in 7G Rainbow Colony, right? No, I do not want to sound like that. Okay. It is simple. Where do you want to go is your goal. What do you want to do is a goal. For some people, how do you want to do that is also a goal, right? Because you know where you want to go, but then how do you want to go? Do you want to go by a walk? Do you want to go by a vehicle? That's a how. That's also a goal. So in simple terms, does this help me get where I'm going? Or is it just noise? It's just noise all around, right? You're just getting distracted by the noise. Why are you doing something? For what? Right? The why. I always tell this apple story of Newton. One lousy afternoon, this gentleman is sleeping under a tree. There is a fruit that falls, and he simply picks it up and looks at the sky and asks, why did the apple fall? If I were to be him, I would have thought, okay, this seems to be a nice fruit. Let's have it. Right? Do you think I would have watched it? Not watched it is a secondary story. That is what it is. So that why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? These are the multiple questions. And then you said, this is where I'm heading to. One of the biggest mistakes I see, and I've done this myself maybe, is setting a goal that's too big to swallow sometimes, right? Say, I want to do this. I want to become a movie director now. I want to become a music director now. Yeah, it's a dream, correct? What's your goal to become that music director? What's your goal that you're going to do right to become that music director? That is what is your goal right now. Goals help you achieve bigger dreams. You have to break it down. Think of it. You need to drive to Chennai as your goal. Now, you have multiple milestones to reach. You need to reach Hosur from Bangalore, which is 40 kilometers away. You need to reach Krishnagiri, which is 95 kilometers away. You need to reach Vellore, which is about 200 kilometers away. You need to, probably reach on the outskirts of Chennai, Sri Perambudur, almost 300 kilometers away. Then 360th kilometer is Chennai. So the milestones. This is your check-in points. Maybe it's time bound or distance bound, like the drive that I broke. And what do you do? Okay, in the next 1 hour, I'm going to reach Hosur. Next 2 hours, I'm going to reach Krishnagiri. That is the task. So if your goal and if your dream is a bigger mountain, you break it down to a hill. If it's a hill, you break it down to a hillock. If it's a hillock, you break it down to a rock. That is where you break down your dreams into goals, your goals into smaller milestones, and milestones into tasks. And that is what gives you the larger picture of things. Now you have something to do for the next 1 year, break it down like this. And always a goal should be an agile mindset. Okay, agile mindset. What is agile mindset? Let's check what reality is, right? The world changes. We see it last year and we will see it this year. You wanted to do something during Corona, right? Were you able to do that? No, the world changed. So were you a failure then if you're not able to do it during the Corona? No, you just changed the agile mindset. A goal should not be a cage where you're locked up. It needs to be agile. Being agile doesn't mean you are flaky or that you give up when things get hard. No, that's not what I mean. It means you want to become a movie director, you want to become a music director. But in Corona, when you are not when you're not allowed to step out, did you use any of the digital mediums to learn about it? Were you smart enough to realize when the market shifts, when the new technologies shift? That is what makes you agile. If your goal is no longer relevant because things have changed, either in business, either in the technology, either in the way the society and the world perceives it, then you need to really make adjustments to it. You cannot be rigid about it. Okay, that's what it is. The goal is to serve your success, not to tie your hands, right? It's not something that, okay, I'm going to do this. Yes, you're going to do this, but you need to be agile. You need to be able to set in that kind of being kind of accommodative when things change. That's very important. I'm going to give you two toolkits right now. One of them is my favorite, not that the other is not, but then I like both of them, but one of them is my favorite. Okay, now it's a Friday evening. All of them is going to ask you, what is your weekend plan? What's your Easter plan? Everything. So this is called the GROW model. GROW. GROW model. G is your goal. R is the reality. O is the options. W is the way forward, or what will you do about it? Now, if someone asks you, what is your weekend plan? You say, what do you want to do for the weekend plan? Now, if you want to do that, where are you right now? Do you have the money to celebrate the weekend? Do you have the time to celebrate the weekend? Do you have the people you want to hang out with? Where are you right now with all of these? If you don't have any of these, how can you get the money to celebrate your weekend, the time to celebrate your weekend, the people that you want to hang out with? And what is the first step that you will take? So put this into a real life scenario or a business scenario. Your goal is going to be, what exactly do you want to achieve? That's the G. R is the reality. Where are you right now? Be honest for yourself. O is options. What are the different ways you could get there? Way forward. What is the very first step you will take? And this is one of my favorite tools, which is called the grow model. All right. I like it because it starts from what you want to do, and it also tells you what you would want to achieve and where you are right now. So that is what is my favorite in this. Okay, so I'm just pasting this in the inbox message in case you all wanted to just know about it. Right, so this is exactly your grow model, one of my favorites, and we do this always. Ask these questions. Okay, yeah. And the next one is SWOT, right? All of you must have heard about this right from your school days, your corporate, and Sri Lekha has like done enough presentations on this called SWOT. Okay, that's her favorite. She wants to do a SWOT: strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats. I'm going to simply give it in one lines. Strengths, what do you already have? Weakness, where are you thin? Maybe you don't have that much of things what you really need to. Opportunities, what's happening outside that you can use. Threats, what might get in the way. Okay, I'll give you a simple thing. You want to go for a party this weekend on a Saturday. Let's apply that to this. What do you already have? Sunday is a holiday, so you already have. You don't have to do anything specific to celebrate your Sunday, Easter Sunday, correct? So strengths is because it's a Sunday, you have that day. You don't have to call in your manager and say, that someone is unwell, my stomach is bad. You don't have to do that. So that's your strength. What's your weakness? Weakness, let's put it across this way. Because it's a Sunday, you don't have your office colleagues hanging around with you. If at all you have to go, you might have to go alone. All right. So that's a weakness. One more strength: first Sunday of the month, you have enough money with you. Opportunities, what's happening outside that you can use? Let's look at it from a perspective. It's a Easter Sunday. There are a lot of events that's happening. There are a lot of friends, outside friends that who's going to be hanging out. There are going to be parties everywhere. Threats, because there's a lot of parties that's happening. You can get stuck in the traffic. You may feel a little crowded places. Restaurants are going to be crowded, possibly. Places are going to be crowded. The malls may be crowded if you really want to go out for that party. So those are your threats. What might get in the way? It's very simple, people. So people confuse a lot about the SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Simple. When you're setting yourself a goal, that's your plan, you have to do a SWOT analysis. I just dropped that in the inbox messenger, where you just can quickly go ahead and read that. So it's a very simple thing. So lastly, as I said, it's the start of the financial year. The slate is clean. This is the perfect time to sit down, maybe grab a coffee away from your screen, walk up to the nearest tree where you could sit and decide what you want your win to look like 12 months from now. Go ahead and sit and think for yourself. What is that one goal that I'm going to be talking to my manager at the end of 12 years. 12 months. At the end of 12 months, sorry about it, not years, 12 months. You're going to sit and tell your manager, this is my success story for this current year in your appraisal the next year. Think about it that way. Always decide from there. Okay, I'm going to sit with my manager. I'm going to tell my manager, this is what I succeeded with for the 12 months that I've had. Now, your challenge, don't just fill that HR form or an application which wants your DMAX targets or anything. Pick one thing you actually care about achieving this year, and do the same thing for your personal goal as well. Break it down and set one goal for yourself. Check your SWOT and then look at the grow and see where you are and what is the first step that you want to take. I'm in this together because I've been doing this for a while. If you really want to talk to me about it, I would love to hear. Just ping Svileka and she'll be able to get me to talk to you people, and I'll be more than happy to do that. All right, people. So with that, I come to an end of another episode of Cornerstone Weaving Workplace. This was on DC Live, where we care, we share, and we're on air. Until I meet you on next Friday at 5:30 p.m., this is your host and your favorite RJ, Rudra, signing off. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Have a happy Easter that's coming up. Catch you next Friday at 5:30. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, Rudra. Happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.